Okay, let's allow some people to join us. And today we are going to cover what I call stealth cash campaigns. So another fancy marketing term, right? Another magic sales campaign. So why should you pay attention? Why is this important? I get a call about 2 weeks ago. It was a previous client who was a client in my agency. He's like, hey, I need help. I need to hit specific sales targets. I take on the project. I deploy what I call stealth cash campaigns. In 7 days, we produced 96,000 in new revenue, in the revenue that he wouldn't have had. Also, a thing worth noting is that I've worked with dozens and dozens of clients with my agency. I've coached, mentored probably hundreds directly and indirectly. I haven't seen a scenario where I showed this to someone, they used it the right way, and they haven't been able to make at least 10,000. So this stuff works. If you're on Zoom, you also see the screenshot of, I'm not full of bull crap. You can see the revenue it's produced. This is Stripe for the past 7 days. As you can see, 86,000 86,000 in revenue, and we got a bank wire of about 10 grand or something. So, what's a stealth cash campaign? This is something that we can use either to launch a brand new offer or to relaunch an old offer, and possibly make some upgrades or switches or tweaks to make it more irresistible. So let's talk about the offer first. What do we need to have in order to launch a successful cash campaign? There are 3 important factors. We start with a clear and irresistible outcome. An example of that is we're gonna work together towards an overt outcome, something that I can clearly see. You're gonna lose 10 pounds in 90 days. You're gonna make 20,000 in 7 days. You're gonna feel unstuck, have immense clarity around your goals in this time frame. And we're gonna look at more clear formulas, but in the list, we have to have a clear and irresistible outcome to put forward that people care about. Without that, we're nothing. We cannot get people excited without a clear and very specific outcome for what we offer. Number 2 is an exciting packaging in a way that creates urgency, confidence in you delivering, but also certainty in them that you're gonna get them the outcome. So I have to package my services in a way that shows them, that portrays that certainty, that urgency. And that can be, we're gonna look at how we accomplish it, but urgency would drive if it's a limited number of spots, if you're gonna close those spots in a specific time frame, and how you show confidence is if you back your stuff with clear proof that you've done it before, just like I did when I started this call, right? I'm showing you proof that, hey, guys, this stuff works. This makes you confident and certain that if you pay attention and you deploy this stuff, you're gonna get results. So it works exactly the same way for your own offer. Also, the last piece of the equation, we have to decrease fear and uncertainty. How do we decrease fear and uncertainty in our offer is, again, through proof, but also installing the right level of beliefs in their mind to move forward. And we're going to see how we do it in the specific formulas. A good thing to always note as we're crafting our next offer, our next promotion is timer. Timer of human motivators, like what motivates humans in a deep level. We have 5 things. Timer, it's time. How much time does it take someone to use our thing? Or how much time do we save them? So it works both ways. Identity. How does it make them feel better? How does it increase their status? Money. Does it make them money? Does it save them money? Energy. How much energy do they need to deploy to use our thing? We don't want to make our offer an energy drain, but we also want to position it in a way that actually gives them back energy. And also reputation. Reputation is, if they buy our thing, how will others perceive them? So this is different than identity. Identity is, how am I going to feel from a status point of view? How I'm going to view myself differently if I buy into the offer? Reputation is, how will others see me? How will others around me benefit? And this works all across any offer. And if I'm going to share a secret with you, out of the time, identity, money, energy, reputation, the reputation part can trump all else at the end of the day. You see people going bankrupt a lot of times to go buy a Rolex watch because they care much more about their reputation and how others see them and perceive them than any other factor. So we always have to introduce a reputation into our sales presentations, into our offers that we're extending. Now, ways that we can, an already awesome offer, how can we make it even more irresistible and also introduce some urgency is, an example is schedule a price increase. So if you're planning to raise your price in the future, schedule it, for example, for 2 months ahead and announce it now. So make them aware that prices will go up, and now that you're launching this new thing, or now that you're taking on 10 new people, these will be the last ones at this price point. Moving forward, you can add a bonus. So if we have a coaching program, and let's say you're doing group coaching, offer one-on-one support. Can we increase the length? So if I'm offering 10 sessions for this particular promo for the next 10 spots, can I add 2 free sessions? For Richard, if I add a new promo for 10 new patients, can I add two bonus massages if they buy until next week for the next 10 people? Add in a new thing. So whoever's going to buy this offer is going to get this bonus. We can also have, this is just an example, virtual or physical events, physical tickets to an event. So they buy this offer, for example, that I'm pushing forward, they get access to a gathering. So we can introduce the networking aspect. A lot of people will buy a thing just to get the opportunity to network with other people. Also, can we offer another spin, another bonus is, can we offer more done for you aspects? If we have something that's done for you or do it yourself, can we do something for them? Again, going back to the energy, like if we introduce, and if we're able to introduce done for them elements, what does it do for their energy? It gives them back energy, right? And the last thing is, can we spread out payments out further? So if we do, can we do weekly payments? Can we do monthly payments? The last bit around the offer is back it up with a guarantee. So we can have unconditional guarantees for whatever reason whatsoever, get money back. What I like more is conditional guarantees. So if you don't achieve X, we will do Y. So if you don't hit this goal in a specific time frame, that's when we will give your money back. If you don't hit this goal in a specific time frame, I will keep working with you until you do get results. If you don't hit this goal in a specific time frame, I will cancel your contract and we walk away as friends. So again, conditional guarantees. The biggest mistake most people make is they tell people, hey, we're going to keep working together if we don't achieve results. And they have a list of 100 stipulations, which it completely destroys the guarantee. It doesn't make sense for someone, right? And it increases sales resistance even more because you're showing them that you're out to get them. So a note in your mind, the best, like what the type of guarantees that I prefer is conditional guarantees that actually make sense. So go back, a helpful exercise is go back to your most successful case study, like who was the person that you got the best results with, and form a guarantee around them. For example, if I'm looking at my work with a client and I help them in 2 months get to 10,000, for example, and it wasn't an insane outlier, how I can form my guarantee, it can be, hey, buy into this program, and if you don't get to 10,000 in 60 days, we'll keep working together until we get you there. So I don't have an insane list of conditions, but I'm also allowing myself 60 days to at least do some work with them. And I've also done this before. So this guarantee makes sense. Any questions about the offer? Because this is not an offer workshop. This is not an offer class. But for me to have a successful stealth cash campaign, this is important. It's an important cornerstone. So any questions around the offer? And guys, we have to understand that I don't have to be a business owner to put forward a better offer. I can sell something for someone else, and I can still put together a better offer. Because as a sales professional, if I'm selling something, I can add my own bonuses. I can create a PDF. I can create an additional class. I can host support calls. Like, don't feel limited. Before I started my agency, before I started coaching people, I was selling stuff for others. But that didn't stop me from giving additional support and then asking for referrals, from creating a video for them to help them in their journey. And it resulted in more sales. So any questions about the offer here? The offer aspect, because we're going to dive into the scripts and the promotions later on. But this is where we start. Cool. So around the promotion, I'm going to give you 3 different angles to attack it. First, we started with a value giver, which introduces reciprocity. It triggers reciprocity. So this is, for example, an example script that you can put out in your social, in an ad, in an email, even in the DMs. You can say something like, and this is a script that I've used, and it worked very well. So essentially what I'll say is, double your sales without taking more calls. The fastest way to double your sales without more calls is call reviews. After 10 million in sales, I'm giving away my call reviewer template I use with clients, so you can do the same. Like and comment on this post, and I'll send you the PDF for free. And what people are doing, they're going to start commenting below. I'll reach out with the resource, but also, as you can see here, I'm going to send them the resource, and then I'm going to engage in a conversation to move them towards a call. This doesn't have to lead anywhere, by the way. The moment someone raises their hand for a free resource, they become a lead that enters my pipeline, and I can go back in 7 days and make the offer for my workshop, for my coaching, for my done for you service, for my paid offer, anything. I still have a lead raise their hand for a painful something. Let's move forward to number 2, the client spotlighter. So this is where I take a case study and I morph it. If I want to send it through email, I'm going to introduce some storytelling elements. But the simplest way to do it is, as you're having conversations with people, as you're having conversations with clients, grab a screenshot just like this that I have now and put it on your social, or take a screenshot and send it, go back to your sales pipeline, to your dead leads, and say, hey, it's been a while since we discussed. We've gotten this client who collected 7,500 in a week. Does it make sense to continue the conversation? So I want you to look at how much easier my job becomes. I don't have to write an intricate script. I don't have to shoot an insane sales video. All I'm doing is I'm getting a client result, I'm screenshotting it, and I'm sending it to them, and I'm telling them, hey, does it make sense to continue the conversation? I have some screenshots as examples, as I'm grabbing client results from my Slack. I'm putting it on my Instagram. Hey, my clients are crushing it. DM me, coach, if you want more sales. DM me VIP if you want help. DM me, coach, if you want similar results. Now, let's look at the storytelling if you want to send it over email. But essentially, instead of just sending them, to make it more interesting, more compelling, putting it in a logical structure. So I'm starting with the struggle, like, why is that person struggling? What's his present pain? What is his hell? That also aligns with the hell, the problem that the reader is experiencing, right? So what I'll say is, I want to share with you one of the heartwarming notes I get all the time from my coaching clients. This one is from Nick. Nick is an action taker. When life knocks him down, he stands up, dusts off his pants, and goes at it again. I want you to note, I'm not making myself the hero. I'm making Nick the hero. He's the hero of the story. In our eyes, we are the heroes of our lives. And who we're looking for is the mentor that's going to get us to the next level. One mistake a lot of people make when telling stories is they're making their product their hero. It's not. Your product is the bridge that's going to take them from hell to heaven. So our hero in hell, that's the story, that's whose story you're telling. So I'm not going to go through the whole copy, but essentially, I want you to see that I'm unpacking his problem. He came to us with a vision, discipline, and relentless execution, and I'm handing him the weapon to slay that big bad dragon that stands in the way of him getting to heaven. So when I'm handing him my growth map and all my frameworks, it wasn't long until she reached 10,000 a month and joined the program to ramp up from there. And we're only just getting started. I'm including the language the client used to make it much more relatable and real. And also I have a call to action that says, hey, if you do want to get results just like Chris, reply back on reach out or call me at this number, and we'll ask a few questions to see if we can actually help. You don't have to become a master storyteller to do stuff like this. All you need is to start with a problem. That person came to you to solve the challenge. Why was this challenge painful? What did you use? What swords, what weapons did you equip him with to slay the big bad dragon? And what did heaven look like for them? That's all you need to do. And then grab the client's language, put it in the bottom, and insert a call to action, inviting them to have the same journey that you just described. Questions before we get to the juicy stuff. How do we actually get sales? Of course, this can get you sales because we're already asking people to reply back, obviously, but we're going to go into more direct offers. Cool. So let's talk about the stealth hand raisers. And here we have two different types. We have the public ones that we can use in ads, in social posts, in emails, anything that it's a one-to-many conversation, like it's a one-to-many post. So examples of public hand raisers is, hey, name, I'm putting together a coaching program for next year where I'm going to work with a handful of private clients one-on-one. Would you like to work with me? That's all I need. I'm not giving them details. I'm not giving them prices. All it is an invitation, one-to-many. And people who are interested, all they have to do is, let's say, comment below or send me a DM so we can engage in a conversation. Another formula that I can use is, hey, I'm looking for 5 more avatars who want to learn in 90 days how to achieve outcome without a common obstacle, without an objection. I'm conducting interviews with all interested and those people who know that it's time to stop playing small. So if interested, comment 5 below and I'll PM you the details. An actual example that I've used is, I don't know if this is for you, but I'm putting together a coaching program for the rest of the year where I'm going to work with a handful of private clients one-on-one. We'll work side by side to add at least 10 to 20,000 a month in 60 days with my New Era conversions process. Would you like me to send you details? So it's high curiosity driven. There's a lot of curiosity, a lot of, hey, this is interesting, but I'm not giving them enough. I want them to reach out to me so I can have a conversation in private. If I'm making it more event-based, I can say, I'm running a workshop for entrepreneurs who want to add 100,000 in revenue for the year. Would you like to join us? Even if someone is curious, they're going to reach out to get more details. And this gives me the opportunity to start building the gap by asking the right questions. Another way to look at it, another script, another invitation is the RSVP. And this is where I can directly qualify people with specific criteria that I like to see with ideal clients. So what I can say is, I'm looking for 5 people to coach one-on-one starting October 1st, specifically. So let's analyze the first sentence here. I'm looking for 5 people, scarcity, very specific. It's not 6, it's not 4. To coach one-on-one, this is a benefit. I'm showing them that they're gonna be working one-on-one with someone. Starting October 1st, there's a direct timeline to do this. It's not next year, it's not ongoing. Specifically. And now I'm gonna qualify people while getting them excited. So what I'll say is, you're willing and available to take on more clients. You want to scale to this amount without adding working hours. Again, without an assumption, a common obstacle. I'm going to make more without working harder. You are friendly, coachable, committed to change. You have at least 1 hour a day for 16 weeks, starting October 1st. So I'm time qualifying them here, because I don't want to get the time objection, right? So I'm pre-handling an objection here by saying you have at least 1 hour per day. And I'm introducing the curiosity factor again by saying you're ready to deploy my New Era conversions to smash through growth ceilings. Job coach, and let's have a conversation. So this is the public hand raiser, the posts that I can do online. All I do is hit publish and I get replies coming in and people requesting for details. Is everyone clear on how to deploy this for what they are selling? Or would you like to workshop me with me? Is everyone clear on this, on how they can take it and deploy it, no matter what you're selling?
Chris, I have a question.
Please.
It's Kennedy. Yeah, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So I was curious, how would you like to deploy this if it was like, for example, a course?
Oh, it's the same exact story.
Same exact story. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll say, for example, let's say it's a lead generation course, right? Hey, I'm opening up 5 spots to give people my New Era conversions lead gen system so they can get their next 5 clients by Christmas. Would you like more details? Comment, course below, and I'll send you the deets.
Cool.
Simple as that. Yeah.
Got it.
And it doesn't have to be like, look at it as an event, right? Like my next cohort for this course, I'm opening up 10 spots so I can make sure that I'm monitoring their progress and they're getting results. That's why it's 10 spots, even if it's a course, right?
No, it's good stuff. Got it.
Cool. So are we clear? Anyone else who wants to workshop? Like, what are they going to post, tomorrow, this week? Cool. And again, this is something you can deploy even if you're selling for someone else. There's nothing stopping you from requesting access to the database or using your profile, going into a Facebook group or the community, and even messaging people this, or handing this to the influencer or the person that you're selling. Hey, post this, and you're going to reach out to everyone who comments below. And you can also tag people in the comments. Like, if you can have the person that you're selling for post this, what you can do is you can go back and send this post to your entire sales pipeline. You can do this as the business owner as well. Like, post this, go back to your entire sales pipeline, tag them and say, hey, any interest in this? Any interest? Like, you can be more proactive. You don't have to wait for people to notice. You open up 5 spots, release it across your sales pipeline. But let's move forward. Another version that I didn't cover, and this is another template that you can use, a short power offer version is, if I could show you how you can add 30,000 to your coaching business with my new era conversions model, or we keep working together for free until we get you there, would you take me up on that offer? This is the short version. I'm not going to go through the long version. It's just qualifying much more, giving them more context, because we're going to run out of time. Let's look into the private. So these are things that you can send over email, in the DMs, in any one-on-one messaging situation. So I can send them this. You can send this to people who are following you. You can send this to people who you've had a conversation with, but it froze, or you got cut off in the middle. You can simply say, working together, I'm putting together something new, and I thought you might be a fit. Would you like to work with me to help you do benefits that helps you get logistical outcome so that you can get that emotional outcome? So I'm essentially covering the entire emotional ladder. Would you like to work with me so you can get 10 more leads in the next week, so you can get more clients without adding more hours to your calendar, so you can scale your business to 100K a month? The objection handler. Hey, Chris, I'm testing something new this week that will help you overcome this objection. I know last time we discussed, money was keeping you from being able to move forward. So as I was putting together this new program, I thought of you. Would you like me to send you more info? So if I know that a prospect had a specific objection, regardless if it was time, partner, money, timing, I can introduce an offer component to make it easier for them to join. So, for example, I can say, I'm testing something new that will allow you to come in for far less down and be able to cash flow quicker. Would you like some info? Now let's talk about fence sitters. Someone who you've had a conversation with, they're stuck in think about it land, right? Like, you couldn't help them overcome it, and they're just sitting on the fence. You know that they're about to work with you, but they're not sure. Send them this. And by the way, send them this. I'm not saying send them this someday. Take this and send it to them today. Hey, Chris, I know you've been considering working together for a while. What would it need to look like to be a no-brainer for us to work together? Please take this and send it today. Because what's going to happen is This is going to show you what's the real objection in their mind, number one. Number two, it's going to help you craft a better offer, because if that person has an objection, chances are, how many more no's have you heard because of that same objection? Chances are a lot of times. So if you can take that objection and bake into your program, into your offer, into what you're selling, the exact same element that handles that objection, you can go back to all your prospects and make a new offer that handles that objection. Let's talk about it from another angle, the referrals angle. So you can go back to your old sales pipeline, or you can go back to clients. You can say, hey, Chris, I'm in the middle of launching something for entrepreneurs who want to get this result. I thought you might know someone who would be interested. Does anyone come to mind? And you can also say, by the way, if they successfully sign up, I'd love to send you $500 just as a way to say thank you for making the referral. This is more direct. You can do so with clients or very warm connections that you have. Something less direct is essentially what you do is, hey, you go to their profile, or you go to their timeline or their wall on social. You can say something like, hey, I love how consistent you are lately, or hey, I saw you bought a new house, congratulations. So you're trying to have an entry point there by opening the conversation. They will reply back, like we will act as humans, and you can use this script. By the way, do you know anyone who's having X and Y and Z challenges, looking to get this dream outcome in 30 days? Because what I do is I help people get this without effort and sacrifice, and I can even guarantee that they get results with this and this and this, or I will keep working with them until they get results. And this is optional. You can introduce a case study. I just had a client who had this challenge. We worked together and they achieved X and Y and Z. Does anyone you like come to mind? So this is less direct, and that's pretty much it. What I'd like to say as we're wrapping up in terms of the training is this works in a sequence. So when I take this campaign and I deploy it for a client, I'm being very strategic with it, and I start with the value giver, reciprocity, asking nothing. I start with the give, and this can be in the DMs. It doesn't only have to be public. You can go back to your old sales pipeline and just give, come up with a new resource, a free consultation, anything, and say, hey, I just opened up a few spots to have free consultations. Keep your wallet in your pocket. Would love to help you solve this problem. I have 5 spots for next week. Would you like one of them? So I always start with a give. Typically, I don't want to, let's say, eat up my time, so it's a resource of some sort. Then I move on to the client spotlighter. So I have the reciprocity there. What I want to do is create a sense of authority, especially towards the new offer. So I'm going to blast them with case studies, testimonials without hard asks. I'm just going to harvest simply by saying, hey, if you want similar results, just DM me and let's enter the conversation. But this gives me the ability to flush out any objections they may have before I take on the full blast and blast out the offer to anyone. From these initial conversations, I can see if the offer, let's say, as an example, it's too expensive, or I don't have enough of a payment plan. And before launching the full offer, I can make quick tweaks and introduce new elements that can help me when I go more direct with people. And the third wave, we go and we do hand raisers, both publicly and privately, using these scripts. So this is very direct. I have this many spots. to help people achieve this outcome in these many days without this objection. Would you like to work with me? That summarizes the stealth cash campaigns, or at least, a nice short 3-step campaign that you can run. Of course, there are many different variations to this and more sophisticated ways of doing this, but I wanted to put together something for you guys that it's simple and you can launch this literally today. Questions, concerns, doubtful points. It doesn't only have to be for stealth cash campaigns. Across anything around your sales, objections you're getting.
Chris, I have a question.
Yeah.
2 questions, actually. So one, remember last week you kind of touched on, like, at least for me, but it was something about how we could make like a mini courses. Like for me specifically, it was partnering with these agencies, since I'm kind of like switching from coaches and consultants, since they're just too small for what I do. If I was partnering with agencies and giving them this LinkedIn course, right, because that's what I do, would you sell although you would give the free course to the agencies that are bigger, because that's the bigger fish, would you sell the course $297, $497 to these individual coaches, because they're already in my pipeline? And they asked me for stuff around this, and I have, value docs and stuff like that. So what would you sell the course, or what would you do?
Yeah.
Them specifically, not the agencies.
Yeah, for me, I'm always asking, what's the long-term move?
Yeah.
Right? Like if I sell a course once, let's say, even if I sell it for $500, now if I need the cash, I may sell the course. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
What's the long-term play? So if I'm able to spread the course and have it reach as many people as possible, does it help my brand or does it damage my brand? Or, how people perceive me?
Right. So it depends. Like if I want to go for that bigger fish, probably just sticking towards like those marketing agencies, and kind of just, unfortunately, although I have the pipeline, it doesn't matter. Like it's dead now, basically.
Yeah, I mean, a dead pipeline, this varies, right? But because, again, even if I can consider a pipeline to be dead, but it doesn't prevent me from running 9-word reactivator campaigns. Hey, are you still looking to work with us? Or sending something more direct. Hey, I know, we're discussing for 3 months now. What needs to happen? Like, what would make it a no-brainer for us to work together? Just in case I can help.
Yeah. Because I've been doing that, and the screenshots. Like everyone has the money issue, and that's why I was like, maybe there needs to be a change in the targeting, because 5, 6, 7 people in a row saying they don't have the money is like kind of insane.
No, 100%. And this is where you can pivot into a referral campaign to that dead pipeline.
I see. Okay.
Right. So I have a warm conversation with people. To me, as long as someone can talk, type, I can, quote unquote, use them. Right. I can send them a free course and say, hey, if you enjoy it, this course is free, but it comes with a price. I want you to share with a friend.
I see.
It doesn't.
So you would just use that as their reactivator. Still use obviously the course, because it's leverage, and I've already made it once and can multiply that infinitely. You just wouldn't sell it to them. You just use that as, hey, I'm reaching out because you've got value before. Here's a course. If you like it, share it, and more so, that's your referral network or pipeline. Pipeline.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's one part. Or the other part, if I want to be, if I want to at least make money instead of a course, because courses rarely get consumed. So someone's gonna buy it for $27, but it's gonna sit gathering dust. So what you could do is you can launch like a 2-day workshop that you do. You sell for 27, like the price is the same, but you go in there, you see their faces, and you make another offer at the end of the workshop. for a
Mhm.
longer term, for a longer term engagement. But this gives me the opportunity to have engagement, to have their attention. If I
Right.
just sell them the course, I don't have their attention. I just have $27 that they gave me.
Right. And it's like,
If I
it's
have
nothing
a
to you
transform,
and they don't get value.
yeah, if I ensure that I'm giving them value when I'm sharing my knowledge, I see them having brain gasms, for lack of a better term. Now I have
Mhm.
the opportunity to ask for referrals right on the call.
Gotcha.
Something to think about.
No, that makes sense. And then my second question was I did use the revival sequence. Remember for the one that didn't have the money?
Yeah.
And so she did respond.
Mhm.
And the last message was I had followed up with her regarding the message I sent said, thanks for reaching out. That's not a problem. This is a one-time loaded offer. So just to make sure, besides the money, would you
Right.
move forward so you can start getting these directors exec into community? Okay. So she responded. She said, thanks for following up. Yes, money is the biggest impediment right now. I'm not sure what you mean about moving forward or if the question is moot because the offer has expired.
Yeah, you have to make her clear. No, I just want to make sure that besides the money, you
Mhm.
have no hesitation that this will get you to where you want to go.
Okay.
Like if you
So it's
solve the money,
clarifying her belief in the offer, not the
exactly.
money, because she
Yeah,
already
yeah,
said she doesn't have the money.
yeah,
Got it. Okay.
yeah. Because there's a play where it's not necessarily a direction that I want you to take, right? But I just want to get your juices flowing, and it's kind of like, yeah, Kennedy, I'm 100% in. I love it. I just want to come. I just want to come up with $5,000 to pay you. Okay, that's no problem.
Okay.
Why don't we do this? Let's start with a 14-day trial. We're gonna get to work. You're not gonna give out your full service, right? You can do some consulting just to help her achieve a thing so she's more motivated to go out there and get the money.
Mhm.
Again, something to think about, right? But what I
Right.
want to make sure is that they're not using money as an excuse. Oh, it's too much money.
Mhm.
I believe
Would
in
you
your
then
product.
like say, oh,
Yes.
sorry. When once I clarify the offer and the decision to change and that she's bought into the actual product itself of LinkedIn outreach,
Mhm.
once you like, I'm just questioning is now the appropriate time to kind of ask at least, remember how we said last week, well, we're not asking for the money up front, we're asking for the commitment with the contract.
Yeah,
Because if she doesn't want to start until next month, but she signs a contract, I'm fine, of course. But it's
yeah, yeah.
that commitment to the change. So would you say that in this next message going out, or you would wait till she confirms? Because her concern, it seemed like the offer was being expired. Like she was interested, but she was afraid that the offer expired.
Well, with her specifically, what I would do is I would shoot a video, right? And I would
A
expand
video, okay.
specifically. I would say, by the way, don't say contract, say agreement. So I
Okay.
would say, hey, Chris, I love how, thank you for, replying. It shows me that you're committed to the process. Just so I'm clear, what I want to make sure that you feel that this is going to support you in terms of getting to your to the next level, like getting you to 20,000 a month, like you said you wanted.
Mhm.
Because if you do feel so, what I can do, what I'm very comfortable doing, is I can send you the agreement, you can authorize it, but we can have our onboarding call. It takes 30 minutes just so we can set the vision, like, clear up the roadmap, just so you're clear.
Right.
When you come up with the money, you're ready for it. That's when we can get to work and start taking actions.
Mhm.
That's the video. Now, what you can do there is, let's say she says yes, she authorized the agreement, and you have your first onboarding. You're gonna paint heaven for her, but that's where you're gonna ask, okay, so walk me through, just in case I can help you. How do you think you can resolve the money challenge so we don't have to keep postponing, getting to work, getting results, getting clients?
Right.
So that's where you can brainstorm with her different ways to come up with the money.
Okay. Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chris.
100%. Anything else? What other questions do we have?
Hey, Chris, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, I had a question. I am allowed to add an addition, a bonus to my offer by increasing the time span by 4 weeks.
Mhm.
And I was just curious, what would be the most efficient way to bring that offer into play? It doesn't affect me in any way. Something I use when I feel like I need it. I don't want to overdo it, but when someone's on the fence or they might have enough, a little too much weight to lose during the 12 weeks, I might bring that in to entice them. I was curious if that would be I like action takers. If you take action now, I'll throw this in, something to add in the follow-up, something to just bring up when they express concern over the price or the time.
Yeah, it's a tool at the end of the day, right? So for sure, I wouldn't introduce it as part of my regular presentation. What I would do is absolutely, it would be the time objection, but I would have them, like, before I jump the gun, I would say, okay, but isolate always. Like, besides the time, are we doing this? Yes, we are. Okay. Well, that's simple then. Like, that's not a problem. What I can do is, give you an additional 4 weeks, so you can X and Y and Z. So you can drop it there. The other way to do it is you can do a stealth cash campaign across your old pipeline. It doesn't matter. I would just introduce it as a bonus. Hey, Dan just let me know we opened up 10 spots. For the next 10 who sign up, they're gonna get an additional 4 weeks, and this and this and this. So anytime that I can have a bonus, I want it out there. And I just wanna, and here's the thing, a lot of times I want a no, just so I cross that person off, right? No, I'm not interested. That's fine. Like, that's one of the reasons that I'm cleaning up my pipeline. But it gives you an event that you can use. It's not just, hey, just checking in with you, how's everything? It's, hey, I have 10 spots, because you're gonna see how committed someone is.
So good to use it. I have used it that way as a follow-up to an old pipeline client, to reach out and say, hey, we're doing this. And it sounds like use the 10 spots versus this month or something, leave that kind of open. So
Yeah, I would do 10 spots because it's a little bit unknown, right? With 10 spots, they can go by the end of this week or the next 2 weeks. If I tell them it's for November, someone might wait until the 31st of October to reach out, or you have to do like a last day. Hey, this is the last chance to take something like this. On the other hand, what allows you to do, hey, I have 3 spots left, you in?
I like it.
It gives you more flexibility.
More flexibility, and they don't know exactly how long they have. So maybe
Exactly, like,
take action.
Is it 1 spot left? Is it 5? Like, they have to reach out. That's what I'm looking for, right? A lot of people will reach out and engage in the conversation just for you to consider them, like just they're visible.
Cool. Thank you.
I just want to make sure we cover everything. So, after your presentation, when objection comes up, you can do a cash campaign. And what else? Yeah, and you can have him actually post it publicly, or you can reach out to commenters, to old offers. Hey, I saw you liked Dan's post. We actually launching a new promo, like in the DMs directly.
Yeah,
like, I'm with Dan, I'm his whatever, success mentor for the program. He just opened up 10 spots with this bonus. I don't know if this is for you. Does the conversation make sense? I would send out 50 of those a day to everyone who comments, engages, as long as they fit the avatar.
okay, nice, thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Well, this is good stuff. What else? questions, concerns, anything that holds us back from closing more deals? Doesn't have to be only about stealth cash campaigns.
I got one real quick.
Yeah,
So like this one guy, it was like the guy I sent you in Slack or whatever. Like
Mhm.
it's a cold DM, but say I go like to the agency side of things, that would be like a good prospect for me.
Mhm.
We didn't have like pretty much anything of a conversation. Like he responded back to me and I think he just left me on scene.
Mhm.
Is there anything I could do with that or just we'll leave it be?
Can you remind me the last interaction that you've had with him? Like what was the back and forth?
No, it was literally I just sent like a cold DM and I think he just like liked my message or something.
Okay, so you're wondering what to send next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, so the cold DM was like, was it the
Just like
sound-
something simple like oh like the content you're pushing out, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So what I would do is, the one that we discussed last time, where I see something in a reel that he has or a post, and you give him some feedbacks, like some valuable. Hey man,
Okay.
go to his post and hit the paper airplane, send the post directly to him, and write in the message, hey dude, love this post. Next time you post something like this, instead of this hook, use this hook. You're gonna see an increase in engagements. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I wanna see, I'm expecting a yes, right? To re-engage the conversation, to open it back up.
Gotcha. All right. Sounds good.
And then, like, I'm not gonna, let's say, necessarily give up. After 2 days, I can say, hey man, I just released a free, 58-page playbook, the organic growth flywheel, that I use to grow my previous account to 40,000. Do you want me to send it over?
Okay.
Like, this is my default. Like, anything fails, hey, I just launched a free resource. Do you want it? And if they say no, out of the pipeline, out of my life. If they say yes, though, hey, I know that I have someone that I can keep in touch with. Even if they don't enroll in 7 days, they will enroll in 14, they will enroll in 30 days.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool, awesome. Anything else before we ramp up? This is good stuff. And Braden, like, ping me as you're having these, like, ping me with anything. Going once, going twice. Awesome. Well, enjoyed this one, everyone. Good to see everyone. If you're not sure how to deploy this stuff, ping me. I want you guys to use it. Let me drop the link in the chat for everyone live in Zoom. Yeah, if you're not sure how to deploy it, ping me. Let's brainstorm. I want you to deploy this and make sales. So let's make it happen. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next Sunday.